On Fred Explores today, we are currently in Kintampo South District, and we are bringing you exclusive conversation with one of the young entrepreneur who is into poultry farm business. This man has really made it from zero to where he is now, and we are going to explore his farm. The company's name is eFarms and Investments. So join me as I explore eFarms and Investments. Mr. Enoch Jan, welcome to Fred Explores.
Yeah, welcome, sir.
Yeah, more akwaba. Yeah, some more akwaba uchimu. Yes. Yeah, it is a full kakra. Ewa ha. Na yeah, say a banner so the near baby. Na advice be out the ma obi a no so person or enter into poultry farm business no. Yeah, jo adwenche na omo so omo hu. If it is worth it or not. If poultry farm business is more profitable or not. And see, where the first question is, I want to know the capital that you need before you can venture into poultry farm business. How much would you need to start a poultry farm business?
Mr. Fred, where the camera that was not my chair was tea for, and I'm not paying. That was it. Well, Quenya with their mommy. So we have to work as a farms and a door, so but what to my visit, Enya, what to many or door, I visited a farm, say me no the poultry farm in Hong Kong, what they are. So me we can win the kind. Now,
thank you.
Dia woman I was say, obi e was so obi hu ansa na waye nkoko bia no me so ma yede kakra me so minim no me no adofo ayede ache na mo so ayede anya mu nhira
Sa perfect.
na edi kan obi sa say poultry farming e won fa so de me kan say to my perspective minim obi adwuma masem but poultry business Ghana we ye adwuma bia be 1 to 5 gina ho a ye fan say profit wo ma poultry and also 4 far but also 5.
All right, then let's start the conversation from this way. So how much will me as a layman, how much will I need before I enter into poultry farm business?
Director, it depends. And we are so sika so obiara in the bottom. Like everybody's houses, like obiara in the bottom sika. Like the amount maybe I may have, no, that amount you are not having. And obiara abusu away the free. And to me there as somebody, if you want to start a poultry farm, check yourself the capital that you have. Obi wa make says okofa nkokoro kura bana say ka kwantifi obenye obi ama na yede aboa obi ho awunya obi.
Okay.
To me there from layman a ohwe ho say bia wonni bi na wonni support no kakra kita obi ano ka wo sha say kakra bi yede.
To you no averagely we dey hwa be say.
E fa say oh obi onya nya poultry farm da na say bia person we for poultry farm insure utimi nya bia be 30,000 to 40,000 you can start up.
Ebuo no ne ade nyina be fima ba.
Like said the Americans say say make say me know ye calculation a ebe je embre. Na open so that I can take you through.
Yeah.
Because you see as open so construct poultry 1,000 bears are mo pen no it can cost you only the pen can cost you 30,000.
30,000.
And enkoko no so I don't know the kind of bears that you want, whether the local or the foreign. Obi ana ne bo open local bears and open foreign bears.
Foreign bears. Now we are dealing with foreign bears over here.
Yeah, sure. Open foreign bears now currently. And now we know because about 32 cities.
32.
Which is 32,000 1,000 bears.
32. So if I want to invest in 1,000 bets, 32 times 1,000.
Which is 3,000.
32,000.
Now now you add it to the pen.
Okay.
And also the abuano bedi near the MI. And a rough estimate in 1,000. From day old, copy sending medication, you know, but must be 75,000. In total, no, 75,000 plus 60,000, 65,000. Now you can get 1,000 bears.
Okay.
If like you're having that capital debt, yeah, I would advise you to go for 1,000 bears.
Can't I start something with like 300 bears?
Sure. If you can start with 100, that's what I said earlier. I said it depends on the amount in your pocket.
Okay.
So you cut your coat according to your size.
All right.
So break it down.
Okay. So, and it's location. Does location matter in poultry farm business?
Sure. It's one of the most key factors in poultry farming. If you want to establish poultry farming, location matters.
How?
In the sense that you can't establish poultry farm in the city, in the place where people are crowded.
Okay.
Like in front of me bro for shadan in front of say untimi nya poultry farm okrum.
Okay.
And to ube poultry farm na say if a little bit far away from town.
Okay.
Say the be ya unya later no unya nsunsanso bi a emwa.
All right. So talking about location, how about land acquisition?
Land acquisition, that is another point. If you want to get a land for poultry farm, you have to get a land that doesn't hold water. Let's say clay soil. Poultry farm, they don't do poultry farm at a place where there's clay.
Okay.
You do it at the sandy, where water. You can't establish poultry farm at the water lock area.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So the next thing I want to know is about the size of the pen or the coop.
Sure.
Do we have sizes?
Sure. Currently, if you want to construct 1,000 pen, let's say 40 by 60. That's the exact measurement for poultry pen for 1,000. 40 by 60. Horizontal and vertically. So the horizontal will be 40 and the vertical will be 60. 40 by 60 feet. For poultry. That can hold 1,000 bears.
Okay. Sure. Most of the times, let me say, I've always been seeing poultry, let me say, the coop, some side open and one side covered.
The reason
Why is it so?
The reason is that you can't just put poultry pen anyhow. In the sense that you have a place where the sun will be where they are for one function me. Baby, we are preferring atoyeno. And you can say in your direct, sir. I was a new question we are not top boom direct. Into so position, baby, we are the feeling of cover. Baby, we are pure because so I know the so great. Baby, I also we are pure, but mostly I want to do it. Yes, anytime be a boon bear wet in Suta.
And the coop, why is it always having a 2-course block before the wire mesh?
Like to prevent reptiles,
okay,
so that they can't enter.
Snakes and
sure.
Oh, okay.
So that you raise it small. So even if raptor is coming, you don't find it easy to enter the pen. Sure.
So what are some of the types of birds that you deal with?
Here we have 3 types of birds here. We have brown here, we have white, and we have brollers.
And this one are they layers or?
Yeah, sure. This one is layer.
Layer.
Sure.
So why did you choose this color?
Sure. I have mixed color.
Okay.
But just this pen that you have only brown.
All right. Mr. Enoch, so how many weeks does it take the day-old chicks to become full-grown adult to lay eggs?
The minimum should be, let's say, 4 months.
4 months.
And the maximum should be 4 to 5 months.
And how many times a day do you feed them?
In the early stage, when the birds come, they are young, they are small. For that one, they don't have time for you to feed them. Anytime you have to give them feed.
I forgot one thing. In the coop, most of the times you see light in it, sometimes to fire in the pot in it. When they bring the day old, why do people do it like that?
When the day olds, the issue is dealing with the day olds is a little bit scary. You have to if this pen like this, if like this day old here, you have to cover here with a rubber or set the rubber kata down come on.
Why?
Set the bear and one be heat.
Okay.
Set the bear and swat. Secondly, it will prevent diseases.
Talking about heat, do you have a constant temperature that you maintain for the day old?
Yeah, you have a constant, let's say 35 to 40 degrees Celsius.
All right.
Sure.
All right, so you were saying something, so go ahead and.
So you have to cover the pen. Secondly, it also prevents diseases for entering where you want to your brooder house. You call it brooder house because at that place, the chicks, they are sensitive to so many things, and you have to take care of them very well. Check their feed, check everything intact.
Is anyone allowed to enter into?
No. The one advice I will give it to any individual that want to enter into poultry businesses. If you want to do poultry business and you take it to the next level, don't joke with your day-old chicks, because how you treat the day-old chicks that is how it will grow, and later it will disturb you when it's time for it to lay.
Okay.
So deal with the day-old chicks. You have to take it serious.
Now, you see, wind, it's something that carries diseases around.
Sure.
how do you prevent it? Or let me say, how do you prevent human factor from entering your coop?
You know, most of the times, you know, as you're here, wind can bring diseases, but human being can also bring diseases. That's the reason when we came in, there was a water bath at the entrance.
Okay.
You have to dip your legs inside to prevent disease that you pick it from town to here. That's another factor.
Do you have some chemicals in the water?
Sure, you have chemicals that you have put inside the water. That is quicide, disinfectant. Okay. You have to disinfect yourself before you enter here.
All right, now let's come to the laying time. What is the maximum period that the birds can lay? And in a day, how many crates of eggs can you get from, let's say, 1,000 birds?
You know, in poultry business, everything is calculation. You have to deal with calculation very, very well. Because, as I already told you, when they are...
Calculation?
Sure.
Poultry? Doing
yes.
mathematics or what? Let's get to even know sure. What he's talking about.
In poultry farm, everything is calculation. Because as this panel like this, there are 1,200 birds here.
All right.
This 1,200 birds, you have to get the exact feed that you have to give it to them.
Okay.
For this 1,200 birds, when they start laying, every day they must consume, let's say, 135 kilos.
Talking about feed, what kind of feed you used to
show me here?
Feed your birds?
Here you use kujis.
Kujis
Concentrate.
How many type of feed do we have?
You have for the feed. You have so many type of feed.
Why did you choose kujis?
That's best of my choice.
Then let them know. then what should I say? I don't even know. The audience, give me something to ask. What is so unique about kujis, Mr. Enoch?
Sure, the kujis. You know, in every farm, in every farmer, you have to do some. You have to do in terms of feeding the birds. You have some You have to do your how do you say? So you want to muye. Now who aduane a wode ma aboa na aboa ni di a wo ebeboa wo. Imagine, let me say, me yon koko 1,000 obuo we. First na me mo aduane bi aduane no e wo se me nya kusua 20 crate me ba e no ba nya kusua 16 crate. Ade tie me so well, let me try another feed. Me ko try aduane foforo no me ba e oh. Kusua was 20 na me nya no manya no pepepe. Wono dey aduane anka wo den anka wo befa. On fa de wunya 20 ni pepe no. So per me dia me hu se me mo ne dia ebeboa me no. Ene sa kujis na me yede me use no. Ena aduane enye kujis nko a so bi ka se poultry feeder name be brain na ekeka bo ma yede nya poultry feed.
Oh, okay. So meaning the kujis alone cannot even use as a feed to feed the birds. You need to add something.
Sure, let's say the kujis will be, let's say, 35%.
Wow.
Because
so what are the other ingredients that you add to kujis to make a complete feed for your birds?
You need to get maize. Because young na ye ma mo ka asem bi se o aburu a wo nkokọ saa asem no me na papa kana na menti ase me nyinu na be hu se asem na papa yi kan na me be ye poultry farm na hu se asem na papa yi kan well e fe na meti ase because oba ye poultry aduane a aburu nko take 50%.
So in the feed you told me you use kujis, but not only that, you also have maize that you prepare. Do you prepare it for your do you prepare the maize yourself? Let me say the complete feed. Do you prepare it yourself? Or someone prepares it for you?
Sure. Me and I say you got raw material no ba. We processing machine wo ha there than you process feed in.
Oh, wow.
E wo honti e ba na ye de agum na.
One kasa
prepare ya there.
Oh.
If I'm there you prepare feed there.
Oh, so that is the main reason why Mr. Enoch Jan is having plenty maize over here. He produced his own maize that he uses it to feed his birds. Amazing. This story might interest you to venture into poultry farm business. So guys, if you are really a lover of poultry farm business, open your ears and listen to this story.
Mr. Fred, I did about how many say poultry aside maize, you know. Adibia ankoko no bedibia import from buchi na.
Wow.
And intra ya ka support adwuma no.
But I don't think you import water.
Sure. Adibia emwani di no. Ye omo import apart from aside maize. Ne emwani dibia import from buchi na.
Okay.
Because maize ya me kan ye no kwa na do no Ghana. Wheat brown ye no Ghana.
Oh wow.
And now your dog crana, they send it and they process it and bring it back. Soya beans, oyster shells. And now your addictives are because we will
I'm learning something.
Environment now one onya some kind of nutrient be near the end do abontin. Ni nyina no ma ye no say supplement a ye de fra aduane na you will be to say you will be to say calcium, layer premise, toxin binder, lysine. San enema bebre a ye keka bu ma ye den ye de ye mwo na dwan se de be ya abon so far as ono ntumi pie enkodidi abontin no obenya saa de no wo aduane a wo ye den odi no.
No wonder this man's beds are looking healthy. You cannot see any minorities among them. They are very, very healthy. And in fact, if you are doing a business and you take it into the next level, it's also going to give you something to eat. As someone said, not to say someone, Ghanaian president, Sika MPDD. Yes.
L'argent n'est pas de bruit.
All right. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So, for how long can they lay eggs?
Mr. Fred, looking at the lifespan of birds, in terms of laying, a bird can lay for 2 years.
2 years?
Sure.
Wow.
So you add that 6 months, that when it comes, Brana usana within the buy, and will be 5 months and sana wide wash out and 4 months and sana wash out. Until this 4 months, and be can 2 years, no, I did 2 years, 5 months to 6 months. It can lay.
Do you work
constantly
in this big farm all alone, or you have workers?
Oh, here I'm having 4 workers here.
Amazing. Even at all, if the nation cannot employ you, this man has been able to generate something and has employed 4 people that they can also get something to eat from his farm. Amazing. They can also feed their families. Guys, it's not only white collar job that we can do to benefit something. We can also venture into farming. And farming, we have so many types of farm that you can also venture into. Not only poultry farm, cassava farm, mango farm, a lot, cashew, cocoa, name it. What will you say if you want to venture into poultry farm business? This is the right place for you. E-farms and investment. Listen to Mr. Enoch Jan. The story is quite impressive. So, are they staying here? Because I can see you build a house there.
Sure, Mr. Fred. What of us in by was my telephone. Since I remember say a poultry farm and must study a DBA who say, "Oh, because me a poultry farm, you man mean to me near good. We be said upon an ABA in Yesicasem. We be said upon ABA or because ABA more performing a day.
Wow.
But I put 1 person the man will be up as a poultry farm beyond say, me dear, saying, Cow pepper, so be poultry farmer. Never be a workers better farm.
Good.
Secondly, we also farm obi a we invest with Jumunu. I was out now.
That's nice.
Now, dear corner the day. But because what involves in poultry farm, you never know until you sleep there.
This man is very young, but he really thinks about his workers.
Sure.
You see, if all CEOs can have this mindset for their workers, I don't think we will have problem between CEO and workers. Now, let's continue our story.
And secondly, workers now no more jumano. I was so try to feed you 3 times a day. Me dear, my ya.
You say how many times?
3 times a day.
Wow, all coming from your pocket.
Sure.
And like, you pay them at the end of the
and
month.
Pay them back.
Charlie, employ me. I want to work in this farm. In farms, you are doing great.
And at the end you have to say, name be available for them. What you know? Se me no be jare to ma no man dwen ho because wo so nim ya obey den obenya at the end of the day.
So that's positive.
Sure, wo jai bibia man say ono anya at the end of the day man sika na de be man no obedi be wura wodim obehu se bi kokuruma koto ade aba oba na akora no so hon ono so okọ. So what I say? Yeah. Time na nka wo ka ontana na nka wonya adwuma ba na wonye den. Oni ho.
You see, nice business ideas that you are getting it for free.
Sure.
Just stick to Fred's Plus. And we will bring you exclusive ideas that you need to know before you enter into poultry farm business.
Enti Mr. Fred, me kakra minim se me ya eboa me no. En na me ye den, maka kire watifo because poultry farming, what involves in poultry farm, you don't know unless you enter into poultry business.
All right. So what are the other risks, or what are the risks involved in poultry farm business?
Mr. Fred, poultry farm is very, very risky. But you know, even you can risk your life from here to town.
Yeah.
So to my advice I give it to people is, if you are willing to start. When the risks come, pass through the risks, and surely the sky will be your limit.
All right. So I want to know the number of birds you have in your farms.
Mr. Fred, per the last month vaccination we did, I have 6,000 to 7,000 birds here.
6,000 to 7,000 birds. This man is rich.
Yeah.
You made mention about vaccination. So, how often do you vaccinate these birds?
You know, every poultry farm or every poultry business, if you want to venture into poultry business, vaccination, you have a vaccination schedule that any poultry farmer have. I did it 3 months. Some also did it 2 months. Even some did it 6 months. So at that time, when I'm doing my vaccination, I used to know the population of birds that are in my farm. I used to count them. Sure.
What are some of the diseases that affect the birds?
Newcastle,
Gumboro,
and let's say coccidiosis. Sure, those are the diseases. But the virus one is the Gumboro and the Newcastle.
All right.
But the Gumboro, the issue is, the Gumboro, when they are at this stage, the Gumboro cannot attack them. The Gumboro attack them when they are at the chicks, from day 1 up to 6th week. When they just cross the 6th week, they can't attack by the Gumboro again.
How would you know your birds have been affected by either Gumboro, coccidiosis, or Newcastle?
Mr. Fred, thank you very much. This question, the question will be said here. You know,
I want the best for my audience who wants to enter into poultry farm business.
Sure.
So they need to know everything.
I was a poultry farmer. Every morning you have to greet your birds.
Greet them?
Sure.
Wow.
Because you know one thing. Every morning when you come with them kind of china at your phone on your clay because my brother. So what the aduane broma because if you do early morning. What the aduane be see kwan no who say morning nyina be free high den a be gu kwan no.
All right.
And not say mo no mu nyina den we active.
Okay.
But there was a time what the aduane be see kwan no mo wan nya den emma. So some say who sa e was so sha say den e prepare who say mo wan there something you be here den e help. Now I attend to them. And to me na me no medi who say maboa yare anasa onyare na secondly omo fedes no so when we say hwa akoko we ya hwa fedes na ni nyina ye in line.
Okay.
Ni nyina da so kama but obeba na I say adane
Charlie, this man knows the business inside.
no who say aboa no wonye active.
Okay.
E na hwe aboa we ya hu ni kom no afi na ye de eba awu se na I say aye tuntum eno wa engine so but senka those that are here no and they met much on bo wo se ni comb no aye tuntum eno kire se aboa no so ye shan kire se aboa no ye den e yare ne eto so miensa aboa no bo se ohwa na se ogusu ne ti ese wo jana se ogusu ne ti
abodama kanon bi sa
eno so ye shan ena wo se aboa no ohwa kakra bi na ogina wo se na odineti no awura na taburum na orununu eno kire se aboa no bibi eden bibi ha no.
Okay. Well, there's something that I noticed from this bed. The beak.
Yeah.
It's very short. What causes that?
When the yana ye hu adwuma unsa aboa bi akono omba o ma no ye de ewowa.
Okay, it's all of them.
Big you call it debeaking.
Debeaking.
Yeah, you did it when they are at the age of let's say 10 to 12 weeks.
Oh, okay. So they chop off the beak
to prevent let's say cannibalism.
All right.
So at times we didn't debeak them when they start laying, they will spoil their eggs. And at times too, when they see the colleague, when they see the let's say so who's sending near twa, who's no faint no there or the water to no it mikuno.
Okay.
The end of it
You made mention about the weeks that it takes before you debeak them. I want you to go there again for my audience to know the number of weeks that you need to debeak your birds. to prevent cannibalism and also destroy the eggs that they will lay.
For if you want to do it at the right time, so that the best, the beaking is all person we know. Time ebe buama nkoko na eduru so mbeto a affect your man. And we say mo no duru 10 weeks, ebe si 12 weeks no ye den.
10 weeks.
Because
from day old to 12 weeks.
When
10 weeks.
When they are in day old, when they are, let's say 10 weeks
to
12 weeks, in between 10 weeks and 12 weeks. Because the woman says, I want to say, when you try to say, ya when did it? And develop it when they are at, let's say 15, 14, 15, 16, and a develop it. That's a be channel. And a journal was a boy has a developer. When you go to the intent, I'm saying a bit my atu. So we trying 14 weeks are then time a question developing a behab one. One team, the about question I to one day, I quite them the car day, a brow,
a behab, a behab work and also see you, boss, no, a behab. Let me take you back. I made mention about how you notice that the bird is suffering from disease. And I can say, they
welcome you.
Yes. And see, if I say, if you man, one who say, wamba, maybe or you're renting wamba. What happens? Do you leave that particular bird in this coop or you take it somewhere to vaccinate it?
Naturally, some of the birds are lazy. Naturally, some of the birds, they are lazy. If we are quadro. And the American system, they don't be quite no. That's a bed be our man, me jai or more before Muba. Almost I would do in China was sorry. But we do in China not Bono. That's what I said. Now for now, the isolated room, no common treatment.
Isolated room.
Yeah, it's over there.
All right, they have isolated room here.
Sure.
But even Ghana here, when we are sick, we don't even have isolated room. Oh, Charlie, and Coco Cry isolated room. Mr. Enoch. So my next question is, overall, you made mention about 6,000 to 7,000 beds.
Sure.
Are you able to give them adequate food that they are supposed to get?
The reason is, that's what earlier on I said, in poultry business, you should you be here and find it. Uncle be farm to say, or uncle 1,000 tea also quite 1,000. Uncle be farm to say, or uncle 2,000 tea also, yeah, oh, uncle 2,000. Me, dear, my home, then best son, because me share you man as I was saying, as at man coming down 10,000, but minim said, dear, my home, then best son, I may then, may no. Enti me bed, dear, Ubiana come that. Umi need the demon where then at all.
I can see different colors of birds also. Compare the white to the brown. Which one lays faster? Or which one also have the longer period of laying?
O question we are working on who here pa. The representative 40 as you say. Akoko brown ni akoko fufuo. Obia won mfaso but e time obia mfaso we dey ba. Ama your poultry farmers no nko ade akoko fufuo dey fe ne kumka. Yeah, kumka because oko farm no ba ya pe 15 to 16 weeks. Na bona sha say den eto.
Oh, okay.
Ono nso no say first day na be wura ma be kusua mienu no. Ade chia oko 5, ade chia oko 10, ade chia oko crate.
Oh, okay.
Unlike the brown. But omato aye bibia wie no. Se oko ton a, se oton brown we let's say 50 cedis are white no be na 30 cedis.
Why?
Sanity because the woman say we no omo yer for dual purpose.
Okay.
At times obeto we but so no more weight. But white no or 2 we also no more. I say no one.
Oh.
Because omo so omo to like who on cocoa white let's say 1,000 ubuma. Let's say the maximum supposed to be 30 crate. The white can give you absolutely 30 crate solid. But the brown you get let's say 29, 28, 29, 28. But at the end product you cover up with the brown.
So that means these birds over here, it gets to a time you sell them.
You sell them off. Now, I did about come person what T4 no T and say. I did because of Ghana and Yamide. Oh, cocoa population ever high no. Oh, to see me cast a poultry me giant. Me knew Ghana how many fan cocoa in that. Just let me throw way back Cote d'Ivoire.
Why don't we have processing meat in Ghana here?
I want to come best time. But make to my throw be Cote d'Ivoire. See, I say, hey, Charlie, me wo ebi ankoko 10,000 for after unim the umbefa cargo car after Cote d'Ivoire ba beto etu ya safe am why den omo but Ghana yenya enti ade ba ko amenso no medwene ho amenye den menti ase no enti sabi mpanimfo a mo hwe video yi ba wo so pepa say sa business na ba beto dwa ana wo sika so be invest in that business no e wo sika pa betuma processing plant.
Is it because we are more into the you can dey ma menom say akoko foods Sani man say already made no.
Sure.
Is it because we are already into that? That is why we don't patronize this one.
The woman say, Cote d'Ivoire was America, French country. Omo ndi akufunu like aka so mompe. Ombe wi akompe live bed. But yenso de akufunu.
Chicken wings. Ni
but manager,
ow, Ghana.
Boss, funny thing they say. Akoko we or 2 we na say ye ton a. What did the price and compare cold store there now? Cold store there no boy danger. Wow.
That means we've not noticed the difference.
Sure.
Because we've not entered into this one.
Sure. But okaka nipa na wanya den on top. And akoko say ebi America say ebi nipa no so oni sika but me dem prefer say enka obi nso betima transe na nka obeto akoko na nso atwitwa na process na waton a. To take the person to the next level.
Enka obi nso betimi atranse wato akoko e watwitwa na waku wona. All that I want to know is overall how much are you able to get from your farm?
Me the question
monthly and annually.
Sure. And I'm the first me can kind of poultry farm calculation. Me won koko 6,000 to 7,000. Every 1,000 bed be ama me 28 to 30 crate. Multiply by 28 to 30 crate by 7,000 or 6,000. A single crate now is 55 cedis per crate. Multiply 65 cedi by 55.
55.
Multiply 55 cedis by the number of crate I've given it to you. You got to know the number of X.
Let's
money
do an calculations here
through this farm. Sure.
65 cedis or 55.
Yeah, 55.
55 by
30.
30. That means a day.
30.
So a day is 1,650.
1,660 by 6.
All right. So a day you are able to get 8,470. Charlie, my brother here is very rich, and I need a sponsorship from this man.
but one thing is.
But don't forget, you are going to take the feed, the cost of the feed, out of this amount.
Sure.
So let's say a day you can spend like.
Let's say. Yen kwa no so calculation aboa ba ku bia let's say pen bia no adwane omudi calculation we di 130 kilos 130 kilos no converting into scar betimanya bia en fa no say 900 Ghana cedis
900
yen fa say aboa ba
for a day
sure
for one coop
sure 900 times this is the feed and say na what multiply for say
900
by times 6 so what is na what multiply free. Sure.
Oh, okay. Charlie, poultry farm business is very nice. It's very lucrative. So let's all enter into poultry farm. No, we all cannot enter into poultry farm. But there are also other avenues that you can also enter into. Maize farming, cassava farming, mango farming, anything, cashew, cocoa, name it, pineapple, everything that you think you have the ideas or the love for or the passion to do, enter into it. Mr. Enokjan, from e-farms and investments, what will you tell someone who is in abroad who wants to invest in poultry farm business, and also our youth who have nothing to do but they will be sitting home? I'm a graduate, I'm this, and I don't have unemployment rate in Ghana is very high. What will you tell someone who have nothing to do and staying at home and also thinking about maybe going into poultry farm business? What will you tell those folks?
Kakra meka kire watiefo asema wabisa me hu ne se poultry farm ye dika aka e adwuma wo de ho hyem na wo ye ne yia endi hwamo na oka bibi se obi wo abrochire ada se owo UK Canada na ase opese obeye poultry farmer de meka nyina ne se manipa no nsuro o invest but omo obefo omo wa adwuma mu no o so omo education no omo training na omo hu de e wo so omo ye ne de omo nye omo se we de omo ye because Mahu bebre burgers for no mo discover ba obeye adwuma na adwuma na na agu. Ubekum na education ye dan poor. E na ade ba ko ha me ne say wo burger wo aburuchire wo ye adwuma yetua oka bia lese na wotwe wafa aba Ghana be fa nipa wo nipa re ye adwuma no na wotua na ka boso wo pese sa sika na bia na nipa re nye dan endi enye ye entimi dia futa na burgers for no say ngokọ adwuma de wo aburuchire na pese wo be bia ye but there was say the workers family say mama mo nkyere mo make everything available for them now yes also be den obeja de awpe. Secondly, Ghana youth nso a yo ho ade ba kwa me pese yete ase o poultry farm mu say mama emu obia ba mu da se poultry farm ya obeboka mama emu obia ba mu da se aw poultry farm de ma ate say o ukoya nkokọ ni nyina bewu ebe dabi ente sa the woman say so fato ho so say obey poultry farmer start from day one man what do usika be shemu no pressure down so kopem say ndi obeka say magya adwuma ne ye se wontimi ngira sa pressure na so de ane ye nan jai na na eto so biensa so okofa akokọ ba na se o hwe akokọ na sa akokọ ne nto ye na se wontimi mfidi akokọ na nkosi awie ya usika ye dan ashi enintira me ka say poultry adwuma no o ya hwede ahoden betumi na ye den ye na poultry farm there is very very profitable business.
Very, very profitable business. This is where we end today's video, and we thank you for sticking with us. If you really want to enter into poultry farm business, I think the little education you've gotten from e-farms and investment will help you to produce amazing birds and eggs. Where the amount for mama who or trophy and SB dance new way, yeah, kind and nearby any abehu. And Kuko Ibili, one said, and Kuko won't fair or Mumudro. Nemom, I'm telling you, if you really want further explorers to explore your farm, don't hesitate to call us, or you can reach us on WhatsApp on 0257 442150. This is e-farms and investment. Everything that you need to know, the CEO have shown you whatever you need to know before you enter into poultry farm business. Please don't forget, you are also someone who can also invest in poultry farm business and make something nice out of it. This is e-farms and investment. Enoch from a poor family is now making well for himself. Thank you.